What's going on? Twitch chat and YouTube. Welcome to more testing for the Vintage Showcase. It's happening this weekend. I think PO is in a pretty good spot, both based on feel and based on metagame data. PO has had pretty high win rates recently. There are no predominant Pyroblast decks in the format. So you're looking at a metagame where your main hate pieces are Collector Roof and Force of Vigor. One of the ways you can mitigate Force of Vigor is by not playing Saga in your deck. So what I have in front of me is a very classic take on Esper PO. So you're splashing white for Balance and Monastery Mentor, as well as sideboarding cards like Disenchant and Swords to Plowshares. When you start to get with this many colorful sources, or sorry, colorful cards, we usually want to go up to 2 Tundra. So we're gonna play some 2 Tundra today. I think Balance and Mentor in particular should be pretty good in a metagame that's creature dominant, creature heavy. You're seeing a lot of Hogak, a lot of shops. So you are seeing like things where the Balance and Mentor are looking good. Obviously, there's still tons of Saga running around, so Dress Down does some work still as more of a flexible card here. Less Dress Down than before because we have to fit in our white cards. And I also want to fit in the one Karn because I think it's probably just the single best Mirror Breaker. So I think it would be pretty silly to not play Karn in a big blue deck at the moment because, yeah, it's just the best Mirror Breaker. One-sided Null Rod is quite the beating. That also, wins the game. I have a huge amount of Dredge Hate in the sideboard. The sideboard is like a bunch of Karn targets, 2 tutor lands with a Strip Mine and a Tabernacle. We're playing a Disenchant as a way to answer opposing Saga decks. Another interesting Saga answer. Slasher and Crazy Diamond and I were talking in the Vintage Discord for a little while about how a lot of PO mirrors might come down to Saga decks being able to find Vault Key, and Disenchant is a nice answer to both Vault Key and Saga. Oh, also, also hits Bolas' Citadel, so there's a possibility that we want to be playing something like a Disenchant, and that's another nice reason to be, in the white splash featuring Mentor Balance. I think the Mentor Balance are like the real big draws of being white, but Swords to Plowshare and Disenchants are no slouch either. So still going to play the Lattice because I think having Karn Lattice Lock is worthwhile, though less important because we do have a Monastery Mentor. And then I am going to play the Blightsteel because I don't really feel like our sideboard is like super full as it is, and just having an answer to more shops answers I think is worthwhile, with shops being a huge percentage of the metagame. One thing you have to remember in these decks that are running Snapcaster Mentor is that Snapcaster and Mentor both don't play super well with Dress Down. So you have to keep that in mind. Like, do I want to actually play my Dress Down? I guess the other side of that is if you are getting low on clock and lagging because of Monastery Mentor triggers, Dress Down can help with that. Not exactly a reasonable use case, but it is actually something that does happen. But you just need to make sure that, like, if you need to win with Monastery Mentor, sometimes you want to just pick up that Dress Down and then not play it again or something like that. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the deck list. I am a little sad to not be playing 3 islands, but I do think once you have 3 more sideboard cards that are white, that the second Tundra makes a big difference. So yeah, I think this is a pretty cool spot to be. I'm not exactly sure how good 1 Strip Mine in the sideboard is, but I felt like I wanted another high impact card, and Strip Mine seems like one of the better ones you can play against Dredge. Like, maybe it could just be another Needle. But the idea of PO like demonicking for a Strip Mine and Strip Mining the Bazaar when your opponent's not going to keep in Noxious Revival because you're not a Strip Mine deck makes some sense to me. So it's an interesting idea that I wanted to try out. But yeah, we're just going to play our classic deck and see what the league metagame looks like. Okay, here we go. Round 1 of our league with a very classic Esper PO deck, one that I'm looking to possibly play for this weekend showcase. Here we have a great Tinker hand. Definitely going to just keep this. It'd be even better on the play, but on the draw it's still fine. On the draw we can draw things like second blue source or second blue card. Looks like we're in a PO mirror. Well, I would rather just not play Vault Key if possible, because I think Vault Key makes your deck more exposed. So it's going to be an upkeep PO. It's going to be an upkeep Ancestral. Well, it's particularly brutal, especially if they have a follow-up Flusterstorm, but that's just like top tier PO draw. Yeah, okay. So they're going to use their Force. So they're getting 3 fresh ones. Okay. I mean, if they draw PO, it's really good for them. Just a PO in my upkeep. Okay, we did draw another blue card, which is a great draw. So now I have access to Tinker with Force backup. No land drop to give, but for how good my opponent's draw was, Mox, Mana Vault, Opal, Land, Ancestral, Force, blue card, we're not in too bad of a spot, considering. We'll have to see how good their 4-card hand is, though, because we obviously are behind after they have resolved Ancestral Recall. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to see what they have. All right, so this gets them into Flusterstorm range, which is pretty good. Well, I guess they're always in Flusterstorm range. So Vault Key with Flusterstorm backup. Vault. Key, untap, Opal, hard cast, Citadel. That's a cool line. I guess I could have repealed this in response. That doesn't actually do anything, right? Because then they just replay it. Okay, it doesn't actually do anything. All right, well, I force this. Do you have a Pyroblast? No. All right, so I think we are, if we don't brick, we should be in a good spot to win this game. My opponent had a great start, but PO can sometimes come down to I have 2 forces and you don't. Definitely just going for Tinker. It's our best chance to win. We don't have a land drop to give, so there's definitely room to lose here. Or not lose here. I mean, a land could lose here. They could untap and they could Tinker or something. But let's see what we got. Ancestral is definitely not a brick. So Ancestral's a good start. Oh, we have now bricked. Okay. That's pretty bad. So they have a draw here, and they can play a PO or a Tinker, anything really. Not much I can do differently besides Tinker and Hope, so see how good their top decks are. Blue. This is... Oh, they Hercules recalled my Citadel. Okay. The game is on. A Mox from me might do it. Mox from me is... I think Mox from me is another Citadel. No, we knew I was drawing a land, right? Okay. Is there any reason... Well, at least we have a counter spell for a... Right? Because this is going to be 1 mana, 3 mana. Yeah, okay. I mean, I have a counter spell for a PO, which is nice. But... What is this? Oh, sure. Fair enough. Yeah, I have an entire video about the restricted list. There's tons of possible unrestrictions you could make in Vintage. I would definitely check out that video on my YouTube channel. So I can beat a PO, but I can't beat a Tinker. Blue, Ursa. Yeah. That's a good one. That is certainly a good one. They hit a swamp. Okay. I might just bounce everything. I don't really need to, though. I can't really take a hit is the problem. And if I hit any Moxen that's not an Opal, I can play Citadel. This is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I think just stopping them from attacking me is worth it. I don't get to stop like a Urza spin into a PO, but it's actually 6 cards. Yeah, I'm just gonna end of turn Hercules them. Use my mana efficiently, and then I'm gonna try to draw a Moxen. Maybe I was supposed to play Underground Sea and not Delta, so that I don't have to play my C to play my Citadel. That was probably a mistake. Moxen? Force of Will. Okay. Well, that technically counters a spin. Oh, I guess that's true because we hit an additional land drop. The math changed. Yeah, that's fair. So they replayed their crypt, which is probably makes sense seeing as they have extra mana. Mana Vault. And then they have a key. And then they have 1 unknown and 1 spin, probably. Though I guess this counts as a maybe 2 spins. And I can force something that's spun, so that's not nothing. Okay, a fetch land is good for us. That doesn't leave them definitely with another spin. But I can counter a spin, so I still have time to play my own Citadel again. So it's just a blue-black PO deck, very stock. Okay. This can untap this. Are we not spinning again? Interesting. I mean, you could even just tap this mana key for a blue and spin again if you want to. It looks like they're valuing untapping the mana vault instead of spinning, which, I don't know, doesn't really seem great, but... All right, so now a Moxen or a land lets me play Citadel. A Narset. Okay, I mean... try to save some amount of black mana, right? I guess I could draw balance. I guess I'll just do this. Don't really want to balance, but it doesn't seem like a losing play per se. I'll have to see. Okay, they're gonna spin. Interesting. They hit a Gataxian Probe. Okay. I'm definitely willing to use this. What do we have? Dress down. Okay, so now I have to choose. I think a Narset should protect me from anything that's not like Tinker Demonic. But I kind of want to take the blue card and then try to hit like... Man, I have to put 2 Moxen on the bottom. I think I'm supposed to take Dress Down. That might be too conservative. I'm not sure. No, I might. Oh, yeah, I guess I could have done that. No, I wanted to hold up Force. Crypt does not let me hardcast Force with my current mana. I have two blue mana. Now, the whole idea of Dress Down was I would be able to counter... What is this going to be? Repeal? I mean, this PO doesn't do anything. I have a Narset. It does stop me from, like, using my Narset, I guess. Unless I force. Like, what can this Merchant Scroll get them? Like, they don't have a dig through time in their deck, right? No, they got their own Force of Will. Okay. Okay, sure. That's something you could do. This game's interesting. I don't have to use my Narset if I can just draw another Moxen, but I did put 2 Moxen to the bottom, so. Okay, here we go. Sweet. Black Lotus. I probably don't even want to use my Academy now. Trying to figure out which mana I want to leave. I guess I could just leave the Lotus. Yeah, I guess I'll leave the Lotus. That might be better. Of course, they're going to hard cast Force. They have enough for a spin? I think they do. All right, well, I have 11 life, a Narset, a Lotus. So they're going to untap their Mana Vault, and then that gives them enough to spin for a Force or a Fluster. Okay. Survey says they hit Demonic Tutor. Wow. Would have been pretty good if they did that on their turn, huh? Okay. I'm not exactly convinced that the way this Urza was played was the most correct way. Ah, Flusterstorm on top. Of course, there's a Flusterstorm on top. I feel like I have to dig through this Flusterstorm, because the Flusterstorm is not going to stop them from drawing a card, though Demonic Tutor was like one of their single best draws. Like this turns off it turns off all the PO draws. All I need to hit is this can't be right to leave on top. Maybe I won't even keep Fluster. I'll kick this Probe. Yeah, I'll take Probe. Glad I took Probe, I guess. Go to 9. So I can still go to 9. Sure, go to 9. Here we go. It's just Yogwill, right? Oh, the Yogwill's not even that good. Maybe it's just Time Walk. PO for 3. Demonic for Yogg. And then maybe we can get a Karn. I guess we could Demonic for Karn. Demonic for Karn, attack with Citadel. Demonic for Yogg gives me 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. I think I'm 1 mana short. Well, it stops them from winning with Vault Key. It doesn't stop them from hitting PO is more of an issue, I would guess. I guess I could balance, but that's not that good. So if I get Demonic, Yogg. No, I think Yogg on top is better, right? Because I just have so much more mana. But I don't have a Demonic in my yard, but that's probably fine. No, Tendrils is very bad. Don't want Tendrils in my deck. All right, I'm going to put Yogg on top. I'm going to cast Yogg Westwill. And then I get to bring back Lotus. Ruby. I have Ancestral Probe. I want to get this Narset back. I wonder if I should just clear this top card. Probably. Play this. Clear this. I could just balance the Urza away. But this is a PO now, right? That should be better. Yeah. That should be better. This should just be way better. Yeah. It's free. Okay, so that was like a little trickier than I thought it would be, but we got there. We can do a lot of things. I'd like to find like a mentor first. I just drew through. This is fine still. Yeah, it's okay. We like hit the critical mass of mana, which we didn't have at the start, so it's not inconsequential or anything. I have an extra jet, so I can just use all my black mana. Yeah. Draw this, draw this, draw this. All right. I'll just probe into demonic. Well, I already used Yogwell. Oh, I guess yeah, I could do that too. All roads get there, so. Yeah. I'm a little rusty, I think. I'm not convinced I played that particularly well. I guess I could have Herkled myself. Whatever. This is fine. A little rusty. Interesting game, though, seeing as I bricked on Citadel, and then I got Herkles to my hand, and then I like had them brick long enough that I could recast Citadel. Herkles recall killing the construct was like pretty clutch. That was a very interesting game one. All right, post board versus PO. We're gonna try bringing in Disenchant, and then we're gonna try bringing in Flusterstorm. Then we're gonna take out one island, and I don't really like balance on the draw. I know that they play an Urza, a single Urza probably. I don't really think that merits like removal in my deck for it. I think this is fine. I am pretty happy that I chose to take the dress down instead of the Moxen. That seemed to be a play that made a lot of sense. A classic, I can't actually tinker with this hand, but it's probably still good enough. This is the man I wish I had Urza Saga hand, right? Where my Urza Saga turns into a Black Lotus. That's okay. Who needs Urza Saga if I can just top deck the Black Lotus? Damn, that usually works. I don't know why that didn't work this time. What do we have? Those aren't bad. Those are not bad. So what do we want to do? I kind of feel like I should leave Misstep on top, and then I could just spin into Academy on my upkeep if I need to. I think that makes sense to me. Because Academy is going to make 2. Okay, and then I can hold up Mystical, Repeal, Hercules, Force. Yeah, those are good cards to hold up. Saga, sure. Tinker, Narset. All right. Well, I can even like Mystical for Flusterstorm and draw it, so that's not too bad. I'm just gonna force this. What's up, no props? Okay, so they're forcing back, pitching Snap. I think I do want to make sure I fluster this force. Maybe that's like a good way to lose to Saga, but unfortunately I just like can't Tinker here. I guess if I get Tinker and I tinker away my Soul Ring, then I'm still short mana, right? Because this is 2 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, and that would be net neutral. Yeah, so it's short unless I use like Repeal on my Soul Ring, which is not extra mana. Okay, I'm just gonna get Fluster for this, and I'm gonna do the top Repeal, I think. Oh wait, no, I have to draw with top. Okay, so I'm gonna float a spin, and then draw. Float a spin, draw my Fluster, resolve my spin. That gets me closer. I guess I'm just gonna end up redrawing top. Okay, and then I'll Fluster their Force of Will, targeting my Force of Will. All right, so now the question is, do I like use my Repeal to speed run my top? Or do I need to save it for Saga tokens? And I kind of feel like the answer is I should just draw through my top really fast. When do I want to spin my top? I know I have Sapphire and Underground Sea. I want to hit the Underground Sea. And did I order it so that I'm going to hit the Underground Sea? Probably not. I probably ordered it so I'm going to hit the Sapphire, right? Which is wrong. So I should spin and reorder. Okay, this doesn't actually get me. So if I draw Delta and top, is that what I want to do? I'm not really sure that this is actually the best play I could be making. So now I get Sapphire, top, spin top. None of those are good. Besides, I want to get this Underground Sea. So I just need to hit an Opal to play my thing. It's pretty good. Spin my top. Or PO. Yeah, PO is fine. Okay, I mean, I think that worked out pretty well. If my opponent just spends the turn making Saga tokens, I think that's fine. They might just like hold up Fluster, but I can beat Fluster. Will I use my Academy? Yeah. All right. I mean, if they Fluster, I have a beat, so. This is a negation? What is this? This is a Hercules recall? I should be able to replay after a Hercules recall. Fluster for 2. I pay. Repeal on my Sapphire. Okay. I mean, I draw one less card. Yeah, you got me. Still draw 3. And I have another PO coming. Oh, they just conceded. Okay, sure. I'm not exactly sure this is a winning PO, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty winning to me. 1, 2, 3. I go Sapphire, Soul Ring is 2. I go 1 top, play PO again. Pretty good. Yeah, all right. So 1 a PO mirror. Did anything that we changed in our deck actually do anything for us? We didn't cast Disenchant. We didn't cast like an extra Fluster. We didn't cast Balance. We did win with Mentor, but did we need Mentor? Not exactly clear. So kind of just saw a traditional PO mirror, and I don't know if we learned too much from it besides, you know, just sequencing practice, which is fine. Okay, here we go. Round 2, Vintage League. We're up against Parks. The last posted deck from Parks is actually a Grixis Hull Breacher deck, very Renee style, which they played in a prelim a couple days ago. This is a deck that's like fallen extremely out of favor in the metagame. It's had pretty abysmal results ever since it was the top deck. Once it became the top deck, it seems to have not had a very good time in the sun, but we'll see how it plays out here. Obviously, Pyroblast is a very good card against my deck, so we'll have to see. This hand looks pretty reasonable. My Monday's all right. Got some good stuff done at work today. Unfortunately, found out that a new Korean place opened in my town, which I was super happy about. And then I found out the Korean place in my town wasn't very good. So a little bit of a roller coaster, to say the least. So there's a Hull Breacher and an Ancestral and a Force and 2 Moxen. So bad. It's very bad. That's a hell of a hand. So what's your jam here, friend? Are we jamming Ancestral? Looks like we're jamming Ancestral on my upkeep that beats Flusterstorm. Oh, no, we're playing Hull Breacher. No, we're playing Ancestral? No, we're playing Hull Breacher. All right, so the good thing about this is it gives me a window to resolve a Brainstorm. Or they could force it, I guess. But at least we did not get our Brainstorm Hull Breached. Small victories. However, this card is very, very good against my current build. So they did force... Oh, they drew a blue card for turn, so they didn't even pitch their Ancestral Recall. All right, fair enough. Could use... I don't even know. That's definitely a draw that is good. Okay, we're going places. Not going places fast, but we are going places. They're going to choose to ponder instead of ancestraling. Okay. I mean, if they hit a land drop and go for ancestral, I get to fluster it, which is sweet. 4-hole breacher is a good reason to be running dress down. So did they shuffle? They did choose, so they pondered and shuffled, so they have a random card. It doesn't look like they like the card they randomed into here. My brainstorm's already gone, so I think I'm just gonna fetch. Maybe I can still wait. I just don't want to, Karn. Well, Karn is not super great against this Hull Breacher, and I don't really have tech to with the Karn for the Hull Breacher. I'm not sure what that tech would actually be, but now my opponent's up to 2 unknowns. I'm getting beaten down pretty quickly here. So they hit a land drop, they cast Ancestral. I force your Ancestral. Do I pitch Fluster or not is the next question. I think the answer is no. If they top deck Fluster or Pyroblast, so be it. But I think like being able to bounce this Hull Breacher might be important. I guess if they follow this up with like a... Alright, I mean, that's a good top deck. Yeah, I guess so. So I could have flustered that, but I chose not to keep my fluster in hand because I knew that they had Needle 1 unknown. I can draw another fluster. No, I cannot draw another fluster. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a good top deck for sure. Boy. I mean, this looks like a winnable game, theoretically, if I keep Fluster there, but maybe not. Okay, so yes. That was pretty brutal. I feel like I did not have the cards to compete with my opponent's cards in that particular game. Top decking Fluster into Twister was pretty good. What can I do about this? I think I need to have a couple answers to Hull Breacher just because they're playing 4. I don't really like adding more Flusters here because they really aren't that many hits. And like the more mana they have, the worse this Fluster is. I think I'm just going to board in like Swords, board out an Island, board out a Hercules. Or maybe I'll board in a Disenchant. I'm not really sure. They are a Saga deck. So maybe a Disenchant is fine, but feels like it's less good against this than it is against PO. I'm actually not going to bring in the Disenchant. I'm just going to keep Dress Downs and Swords. They are playing Monkeys. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this. That was definitely the most punishing thing that could have happened by me pitching Flusterstorm. But like the percentage chance that the card they have after gets hit by Flusterstorm is pretty low. I mean, yeah, these are hands. They're very, very awkward hands. They're very like underpowered hands, controlling hands. That just my opponent has like too many powerful cards. Can we? So they're. What is this keep? This is Force, Fluster, Probe, Time Vault, Time Walk, Saga. Seems like a pretty good hand. Boy. So I have to counter Time Vault. It's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, and they get to look at my hand. I feel like I would feel a lot better if they couldn't look at my hand here. Okay, they didn't hit Moxen. I mean, they'll have blue mana eventually, right? I'm gonna hold this because they know about it. Or they don't know about it. I do have like double Fluster Force, so they drew another Saga. Okay, so they're gonna get blue mana off of this one. I have to counter this because they can just get Vault Key. Do I have to hold a Dress Down? I think I do. Do I? I don't think I do. Oh, so say this thing gets a Soul Ring instead. I should have enough time. I think I should be fine pitching a Fluster. Oh, they're just gonna go force pitching Fluster, and then they're gonna go for a Twister instead. I guess that's something they can choose to do. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Stress Down is in the deck because of Saga tokens. However, it doesn't look like they're going to make Saga tokens. They're just going to get a bunch of mana and cast Time Twister and Time Walk, and that would have been a good reason to hold open a second Flusterstorm. Okay, I'm actually just going to cycle this Stress Down instead because I think I need to hit PO or something. Or Force. All right. Well, I'm going to let them twist if they want. I don't know. Maybe I think I should have pitched the Dress Down and had double Fluster so that they can't just Twister Time Walk here on me. I guess now they can just make tokens if they want, but yeah, I guess now they can just make tokens. But this is like, they have another Saga, okay? I mean, we're twisting and walking, right? I'll take a fresh 7 with a full... No, come on! They're so good. I guess I should have held Dress Down. I am getting the most punished for the plays that I'm making, but I'm not really sure the plays that I'm making were the wrong ones. This happened twice. Like, I could have beat either of these things with Dress Down or Fluster, but I don't know. I just wanted to draw action. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something that could happen, I guess. All right. So in typical Vintage League fashion here in round 3, we're going to play a rematch versus our Hull Breacher opponent. So if you didn't get enough clips from me dying to Hull Breacher tonight, you're going to get a couple more. I don't know. It's like really hard to pitch a hand that has that much like permission. I can't imagine it's bad. I have to keep this hand too. I don't really feel like the hand was bad, no. I think my opponent just drew, like, very good cards. That was a great draw. This puts me in all kinds of good spots here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead on Narset to beta Force, and then if I gets Force, I can untap and do something else. Like, this is a great start for sure. But I think Narset as bait makes the most sense, and then go for a Tinker kill. Yeah, Narset as bait worked out. So I could either Demonic for Tinker or Mystical for Tinker. Both of those technically work. I guess I would rather Demonic so that I can draw another card. Yeah, you have a Saga. It's good, sure. Blue. Needle. Okay. What does Needle do? Top, I guess. That's reasonable. All right, well, I'm going to just Demonic instead. Because now I can get, if they have another Force, I could get a blue card. I could like draw Force of Will maybe. I drew a top. Fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't take the Mox Opal because I might need it to make other colors of mana. Will I cast Yogwill just to clear it? I guess so. I drew a top. And then I drew a Force. I'm going to just die to the Saga token. Okay. Yeah, force is not the card we exactly... This needle on top worked out really well for my opponent. It definitely did. Okay. Well, so this thing is a 3/3. Yeah, I could force my own top, but I think that's like worse than passing. I think it's worse than passing. Like, if I don't use this force, it's good in my hand, and I only take 4 or 5. I guess 5, maybe 6. I think forcing my own top is worse than passing, but we're about to find out. That's my gut instinct, though. I mean, at 8 life with this board, I should still be able to win. I have Mystical for a PO, though I guess I could lose 2 mana crit flips in a row. I did lose 2 mana crit flips in a row. And I have another force on top, which I won't be able to cast if I go for PO. I won't be able to cast this force. I guess I can't cast this force anyways. Whatever, man. It's just one of those days. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. I'm gonna get PO and PO for 5. All right. Take out an island and put in swords, and I'm gonna leave balance in the play. All right. That was quite the unfortunate series of events. To brick into force and then have my tops needled and then have my mystical misstepped. Okay. Okay, sure. Look at your hand. Show me what you got. They have turn 1 Bolus's Citadel without getting hit by Mental Misstep or Flusterstorm. Okay. I guess I'll cast Brainstorm. All right, that went... It didn't actually go well. I mean, it didn't go badly, because now I can force the Bolus to Citadel, but they're still going to kill me with the Saga, because I have to draw 2 blanks. Well, the good news is I have a Flusterstorm, and if I draw something, I mean, it could be good, maybe. I guess I could draw a Moxen, and a Moxen would get me to Demonic Mana Crypt, and then I could Tinker. So, but I'm not going to have too much life left because my opponent is going Saga route. What? Sure. Got him. Okay, so I'm at 11. If I top deck a Mox this turn, I have a chance. It has to be a Mox. Has to be a Mox. That's not an Opal. Yeah, okay. Well, it's been, yeah. We have not done very well against Hull Breacher deck. Let's put it that way. Oh boy. All right, round 4. Let's hopefully not play against 4x Hull Breacher and try to something else. Sand looks pretty good. Definitely a keeper. I wonder what the play is, though. The play could easily be Merchant for Force of Will, Lotus Demonic for Tinker and Tinker. We could go Merchant for Ancestral, cast Ancestral. We could go Demonic for Mana Crypt, Mana PO for 2. We have so many choices. I don't know what the answer is, to be perfectly honest. I'm partial to ignoring these cards, getting a force, and going for Tinker, though. Merchanting for Fluster is only better if they don't kill me on turn 1. So I think it makes more sense to merchant for force. Like, there's a world where I need to counter my opponent's spell on turn 1, right? I don't think I want to play this Lotus and expose it to, like, possibly a Revoker or something. Like, we don't know what my opponent's playing, so I think force makes the most sense. And this also turns, like, a dead PO into a card. I mean, maybe it doesn't exactly work like that, but... Maybe I'm supposed to play Lotus so that I could... No, I just, like, don't want this Lotus to be exposed to anything that could happen to it, because I need it to make black mana next turn. I guess the downside is if my opponent were to, like, Sphere, but I have a force for a Sphere, right? Like, if I merchant for a Flusterstorm and my opponent goes turn 1 Workshop 3-ball, I look pretty silly, right? I think I like the way we played. And now we get to see if they have 2 forces. Demonic. Tinker. Tinker. Citadel. We've done a lot of bricking on our Citadels tonight. Hopefully this doesn't end up mattering too much. No, 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 no. All right, it's fine. If I hit a land, then it doesn't matter. Nice. We were saved. Can't play balance this turn. Yeah, this is fine. It's totally fine, Slasher, if we pass with a force on top of our library. Nothing bad could ever happen. Yeah, we also have Dress Down as well. Yep. I just need to hit a land so I can play my spells. No, I would be extremely surprised if any card got restricted in Vintage tomorrow. I would be pretty sad if they restricted Saga, because I don't think Saga is actually restrictable, but I could see people like being mad at it or something. No, that's not even what I'm saying. It whiffs less. If my deck has whiffed 3 times today, Slasher, like that means that an 8-cast deck or a PO with Saga deck would have whiffed way more. Like if my deck is this susceptible to whiffing, just think of how bad it is, how bad your decks are at whiffing. Like if you have all of these extra cards that make you whiff. Teferi's fine. I just find Teferi to be a pretty clunky card. Oh. You're right. My opponent does have a wasteland. I guess that's problematic. I kind of forgot about that. I guess I could have held the Tundra on the top of my library. Maybe I should have done that. I was too busy yelling at chat. Yeah, I guess I should have held the Tundra on the top of my library. Well, hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Yeah. Oh, Tundra came in tapped. You're right. I had no counterplay. Oh my god. Stop. I think we're just going to lose after Citadeling on turn 1 again. We have had not a very good day at the office here. Not a good day at the office. All right, maybe we don't play PO. Oh my god, we're getting strip mined. Oh yeah, Citadel is the best tanker target by far. We have just gotten, I guess what you could say was horrendously unlucky. We have not been high rolling tonight, to say the least. Unfortunately, what Justin listed means, Slasher, is that I'm a horrendously unlucky player. I know that's not what you think it means, but... Should I bounce this? Or should I force that? As long as they don't get an Archon. So I think the lands are more important. I can't balance. I think I just do this. Okay. The problem is this still doesn't get me balance. Well, the thing is I can force whatever they find unless they do it on my turn. Like if they find another... oh, this doesn't even get a land. All right, whatever. I think I have to hit Black Lotus and then hope that we can win from there. I don't know. Ah, Lotus is in our yard. All right, I'm going to concede then. We're not balancing 2 turns from now because this land can't find anything and also comes into play tapped. Yeah, I guess we could technically hit Dress Down on the top of our... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I could have won the game, but I conceded instead. Whoops. Man, Dress Down is such a good Magic card. Damn. Yeah, so that game was actually won, and I just conceded before I could win. Okay, noted. I just wanted to go to the next game, but I forgot that my deck is incredibly good because it has Dress Down in it. Mistakes were made, I guess. Whoops. I think that was the only card we could. That was the only card we could hit, and it had to be on top, and it was. And we already have one in our hand. This is such a risky hand. This is the kind of hand you keep and just lose. Oh, I'm not actually worried about misstep. I'm worried about missing lands and mocks. I think the hand was a mulligan, to be perfectly honest, but whatever. Like, the upside is if I do hit lands in Moxen, then I can just go demonic um Lotus Mentor. So that's a fantastic draw. Oh my god. I can't keep this. I can't keep this. I should just mulliganed. I'm not playing PO this weekend. How do people play this deck? Slasher, how do you get people to think this deck is the best deck in the format? It's completely unplayable. Okay, here we go. Trying to salvage a 2-3 with this unplayable deck that is PO. This is a really solid hand. I can go turn 1 balance and then turn 2 mentor. Definitely down for this. Obviously, we were just talking about it in chat. There's like a couple other lines I could have taken during the last round, but obviously didn't see them because the Archon Fog. So here we have some interesting choices as well on like, do you play your land? What do we get? Like, how do you want to sequence this? For me, I think I'm just gonna go Opal, Ruby, Soul Ring. This plays around Bugs, Force of Vigor, and then I think I'm gonna cast Balance. I have 4 cards, so it's gonna be get rid of 2 cards and their Underground Sea. And if they force this, I can force back, and I kind of even think that's not bad. But if they, what? Okay. So I can force this back, and then I'm going, yeah, I think I'm willing to force this back. So the worst case scenario is they then hit me with a Flusterstorm. However, I think if they had a Flusterstorm, they should have just Flusterstormed this at the start. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to hold Flusterstorm. Unless they think I have I don't know. I don't know why they would hold Flusterstorm. They're going to Vamp. Okay, so that's probably pretty good. They probably can Vamp for Ancestral Recall, and then they have an Underground Sea in their hand. This is definitely a better outcome than if I had played my Misty Rainforest. I guess I theoretically could have played my Misty Rainforest fetched for nothing, but I think that's a little too all-in. So this is going to get rid of their Underground Sea and 1 card from their hand, and then they're probably going to go, like, Island Ancestral. It'd be better if I could play this Mentor after, but it's possible I was supposed to just go play my Rainforest, crack it for nothing. I don't know. I don't really like that kind of play because it is like a little too much in my mind, but I don't really need a land here because I have an Opal. Like, I can replay PO, I can play Demonic. I guess what this allows me to do is if I draw like Demonic Tinker, I could do Demonic Tinker things. So there's like some upside there. So they got rid of a land, so their hand was land unknown, and now they're gonna Demonic. All right, yeah, I mean they're gonna Ancestral here. Yeah, it's definitely like a play that people have made. I don't know. I don't really know. It's possible I am wrong and I am supposed to just get rid of my land drop. Because this certainly is definitely, yes, Justin. There's definitely some downside to what just happened. I do need to draw action. But see what happens. They know my hand, they know my mentor, and I drew a land, which is not good. Just gonna hold it in case I draw Brainstorm. Did they draw Force blue card? I mean, that would be pretty bad. Even Lightning Bolt is pretty bad, or Braid. Yeah, it's true. That's definitely true. So like a thing that I could not have is I could like get one of my Moxen blown up or stolen, and that would be really traumatic. Like I could get like a Ruby or like the Soul Ring blown up or stolen. That would be pretty bad for me. Like it's definitely not sure if my opponent is playing like a combo deck or a bug deck. Like if my opponent responded to me by Force of Vigoring Ruby Soul Ring, then I'm in trouble for fetching, right? So there's downsides to going either way. It turned out my opponent wasn't on a Vigor deck. They were on a blue deck, and not even just a blue deck, a combo blue deck where they were able to get rid of a card and put an Ancestral on top of their library, which was like the single best thing you could probably do against a balance is get rid of a card from your hand and assure that you're going to draw the best card. Grixis mana with Preordain and Saga suggests Underworld Breach. Or it could just be like one Preordain in a Tinker deck. I'm just hoping for, you know, spells here. PO. Yeah, that is a spell. That is a spell. Unfortunately, this island is not a fetch land. Every time I do like an all-in PO play that involves me needing to top deck action, I don't think I've ever top decked action. Hey, there's my action now. Now that they have, you know, Pyroblast, Flusterstorm, Force of Negation mana open. I mean, I'm still supposed to do this pre-combat, so it's definitely better for me to do this pre-combat so that there's, well, because I think pressing their life total makes sense. This way they don't get a Saga token, and I hit them for 3. Is it for Neon or for a different format slasher? I hope it's for a different format so I can win that one too. I'll read Maju. This was good information. Oh, you're still modded? I thought if I timed you out, you're not modded. Unmod? Remod? All right, well, you got modded again. 2 weeks from now, that means it's going to be for Neon. So I guess I have to... I'll just have to take somebody's spot. It gets passed down, right? I can just play and not care, right? And I can do another metagame video. That'd be fun. Oh, it's for not Neon? Even better. Is there any argument for doing it in the end step when they might be tapped out to make a token? Yeah, there's an argument for it. Might have been better. I don't know. Them not getting a token and using a Pyroblast is definitely upside as well. This is not a black mana. Okay, fair enough. Those let me attack though. I don't know. I felt like this game could come down to us racing and like not resolving any spells. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like if all of my spells got countered for the rest of the game, how do I win? And the way that would be is like them not making a construct, me attacking for 3, you know? It's possible that if I wait for them to make a Saga token, then it puts me in a better spot. But I'm not even sure that's true, because like drawing 3 cards might be worse than making them not have a Saga token and not have a Pyroblast. Kind of hard to say. Like, my opponent's at 6. They need to find Breach combo, right? Like, they're going to die to two spells or 2 turns. Do you have a link slasher or a picture that we can put up in the Discord? I didn't see it in the Discord. Did they put up a bunch of them? I mean, they just updated the schedule. A classic. Well, there should be a series of PTQs, right? I would think, because there was a placeholder for that. So they have a Dreadhorde Arcanist. I mean, this has to be some kind of like Breach hybrid, right? They have an Ancestral in their yard. I really could use spells this turn. Spells, please. I don't know, man. It's just not the night. It's just not the night. I mean, this would have been an island in another deck, so it's not like it would have been a black source, but I don't know. I do feel like this has just not been the night. Sometimes Magic goes very badly. This definitely decreases my chances of winning, I would say. What if their Underground Sea was their only black source? And I got it with my balance. All right, so now they're going to Ancestral Recall. And then if they have a Lightning Bolt, they can kill my Mentor. I mean, I can't imagine that I don't get... Well, they technically don't have Breach Kill at the moment. But maybe I'm not supposed to kill this Arcanist because I lose my Monk token, but they're still going to have a blocker anyways, so I'd have to cast 5 spells to win. I wish I would probably win anyways. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Oh, they hit Black Lotus. So Black Lotus, Breach, Vamp, Preordain, Demonic Breach, Vamp. Yeah, okay, cool. I really thought we were going to be okay here, but we were not okay here. Yeah, there's a really high chance I play Bug Oath this weekend. I just need to see how I want to tune it for the metagame. I'm gonna play Bug or PO, or sorry, Oath or PO, not actual like Deathrite Shaman Bug. Definitely gonna play one of those two. And currently PO, I don't know if PO looks bad or my luck looks bad, or both. Disenchant looks pretty good here though. It's Underworld Breach and Saga. Don't hate that. Definitely don't hate that. So the Karn looks pretty good here as well. I think I'll keep in the balance for the Arcanists. I really haven't hated like Mentor or Balance or the way the deck was set up. Just kind of the things that we've gotten. I don't know if that's like a reasonable thing to hate on. We'll have to see. I'm gonna play an Oath League this week. Probably multiple Oath Leagues. I'll probably play an Oath League with Control, an Oath League with Combo, and I'll probably play like another PO League, and then that way we'll have an idea of what's good. That's like definitely true. Like PO is not a deck that functions when it draws poorly. That is definitely a valid concern. PO has so many like weak parts in it. Like PO is only good if you have Moxen. Opal is only good if you have Moxen. So you kind of have to high roll. This hand's a little sus, but I think it vibes. I think I want to go Delta Pass and get an Ancestral. Maybe? That might be worse. I guess it depends on what they do. Like if they play a Dreadhorde Arcanist, then maybe I want to go Vamp for like Mana Crypt, balance them. I guess this can just get flustered, but that'd be fine. Not sure how I actually feel about this line, but seems like it has some issues. Okay, well, silly me. All right, Demonic is not the end of the world. I think this time, though, I'm just going to play a Lantern and a Hold Up Fluster. I think I am going to not deploy the Opal. Sure. Whew, man. Maybe we'll play another league tonight. How long have we been streaming? Well, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. It's been a really fast league. We've gotten demolished in like 10 minutes in multiple rounds. Maybe I'll stream a League of Oath as well tonight. It was pretty depressing. I can't lie. So I doubt my opponent's playing Tinker, seeing as we've seen, but they are playing Saga. I don't really think I want a Flusterstorm Preordain. Doesn't seem like a high value play. I'm like a little concerned. I think I have to leave the Lantern just to protect myself against Breach and also to maybe turn on this Opal. This way, if I draw a Moxen, I have like a ton of mana. It's like a Moxen. So my opponent didn't hit a land drop. My balance looks pretty sus here as well. The good news is I have Fluster Spin and then maybe Demonic. I don't know. I don't actually know if Hullbreaker is good. I mean, we've played against 3 Pyroblast decks tonight. 3? Yeah, 3 Pyroblast decks tonight. I'm like not concerned with... Now, I am pretty concerned that Hullbreaker's not actually a good Magic card, but it was really fun. Have I tried 8-cast with black in it? It's pretty good. No, 8-cast is not good. The whole deck is not good. Putting black in it doesn't magically make it better either. I mean, I have tested it. We played Hullbreaker Oath. Don't have to use Opal there. Misty Rainforest Pearl. I guess I would rather get a Pearl. I probably should have put Misty above Underground Sea. Demonic. Now I can't really protect my Ancestral, which is unfortunate. I mean, if LSV says it's bad, Slasher, then you know it's bad. I don't know if that's actually true, but I'll just say it is. So my opponent is going to get a Construct here. So it makes my like Tutor Karn approach not very good. If no one brought up 8-cast, I would just never mention it because it's not a deck worth mentioning. But someone brought it up, so I had to answer them, Slasher. That's how this works. I would literally never mention 8-cast again unless someone brought it up because I just don't think it's a player in the metagame at all. I guess I could Demonic for Disenchant, but that just seems like a waste, right? Yo, what's up, viewers of Marco? Hope you had a good stream. We're just playing some vintage and getting our ass whooped. I don't know. Yo, what's up, Tony? I saw you trying out your spice in a league the other week. That was pretty cool. I've tried to make some of those style decks work in the past, those galvanic relay things, but it seems like passing the turn to your opponent has negative effects on your ability to survive. I did appreciate it though. It was pretty fun to watch from my side of the table. I have no idea what I'm tutoring for here. Like, I don't think a Tinker is going to work, so I think we have to get Ancestral. I'm just like pretty concerned that this isn't actually good. So if they cast a Pyroblast, I can technically beat it. If they play a Flusterstorm, I can't beat it right now. So I should probably just wait until my next turn, which is not great. I think it makes sense to just get an Ancestral and find a good place to resolve it. I just am on a clock with the Saga existing. I guess theoretically I could balance away their Saga tokens at some point after like my Ancestral doesn't resolve, but not sure if that's really great. I wish we had a bit more mana because then I could have like Demonic for Karn and that would have been very good. Not sure. We had some options, but I just didn't think the options were very good. I could cycle this Lantern, but I think the Lantern is better in play. It's going to force them on the Saga route. Okay, a Repeal is nice, though. As is a Mana Crypt. As is a Yogwill. These cards are all very good. I think the answer is we just take the mana of the Repeal and we go for an Ancestral, and then we can repeal a Saga token and look for like a Yogwill rebuy on the next turn. I guess in this case we could get negated, but this seems like the best line for us. They need exactly Pyroblast or negation or hardcast force, but if they have negation or hardcast force, then I can fluster. If this resolves, then we can think about going Mana Crypt Yogwill. That would play poorly into their own fluster, so they did hit Pyroblast. So they have 3 mana. So I could use, so maybe I should have So I could like Flusterstorm. I could repeal and then fluster. I guess I could also fluster and just tap them out. They don't get a construct, and I can repeal the construct and then rebuy on the next turn. I could just let this get Pyroblasted, which is probably fine as well. Yeah, it's probably fine to just let this get Pyroblasted. So what I'm going to do here is once they play a construct, I'm going to repeal it, and then that's going to make them want to play another construct on their next turn, which will set up maybe balance. I think it's actually better to use the Opal so that I can't get like Shattering Spree or something. Okay, so I know I have a Yogwill coming. I can't really die to Breach. It's pretty likely my opponent will just make a construct, which would tap them a little bit lower. Makes my I don't even have to balance. I could even just go Mana Crypt, repeal Mana Crypt and stuff. I have so much cards in my yard that are good though, so I'm not exactly sure if I would really want to like use a blue mana on repeal when I have an Ancestral, a Demonic, a Vampiric, but I do have a fetch. It's an interesting game of Magic for sure. I drew a lot of powerful cards. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, have a good week. Okay, so they chose not to get a second construct. Interesting. I don't know how they're planning on winning the game then. Are they going to breach through a lantern? I guess it could happen. My opponent does have a Lotus now, so all they need is like a breach and a tutor, or a breach and a brain freeze. Well, not exactly a breach and a brain freeze. I guess they could theoretically go breach, brain freeze, and then like cast it again when I try to activate. That could happen. Oh, I see. I was not expecting the Lelia, but maybe I should have been. Okay. I kind of want them to play another land so I don't lose a land when I balance. They hit Brain Freeze off Lelia. Okay. Balance has looked fairly good. Are you going to cast this Brain Freeze? It's kind of bad for you if you exile Brain Freeze, right? Because then they can't combo kill me. They have to go all in on this Lelia. Though there is a Lantern in play, so maybe that's their plan anyways. There's like very few people playing more than one freeze. It's kind of nice, though. This pressures them into freezing. Though I am a little... Wow, they're not going to freeze, so they're holding up like Hardcast Force, maybe. Okay, so I wonder if I'm allowed to like cycle Lantern then. Oh, I guess this doesn't go away till the end of turn, so I can't really cycle Lantern profitably. Okay, so there's Yogwill and an Opal. Ooh, that's good. So I can actually use the Opal as well. Well, maybe it's not super good, but it's definitely not terrible. All right, so I do need all of this stuff to resolve. How do we play this? Do we just go Mana Crypt, start with Mana Crypt Balance? See if they have Hardcast Force, which is kind of what they're alluding to. Or do we want to go like make our Flusterstorm better? We can go Mana Crypt, draw with top, play use a mana on Opal, play an Opal. But I don't really want our Flusterstorm to be better. I just want it. Yeah, I don't think I need it to be better. I think if I just go, well, they have 3 cards in hand, so if they Hardcast Force, I go to 2 cards, they go to 2 cards. No, I'll have 2 cards in hand. Okay, yeah, I think I just go Mana Crypt Balance. Okay, so balance your Lelia. If you Hardcast a Force here, it's a good thing for me because you're going to lose another card from your hand. Oh, though, I guess I don't get to Yogwill this turn, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, no, I still have Opal mana. Oh, you're right. I probably should float a mana with my land. Yeah, that's a fair enough point. I kind of expected there to be some interaction, but maybe it doesn't look like there will be. I guess I shouldn't have floated mana with the land. I should have just used this. No, it's better to float a blue mana than it is to... Well, maybe I was supposed to float a black mana and then rebuy this. My Polluted Delta gets me either of these lands, so it's not a huge problem either way. So this makes me think that their card is either Pyroblast or Flusterstorm, but then why wouldn't you cast Brain Freeze? You just don't think you can ever win through a Lantern? Okay. Choose land you control, sacrifice the rest. Okay. So they lose the Lelia and a card. And then we have to see if we want... maybe I'm just not supposed to cast Yogwill this turn because of how bad it runs into a Flusterstorm. Right? It looks pretty bad for me if I were to play Yogwill this turn and I get Flusterstormed. Yeah, I'm gonna just spin Force. So is there like, I can just sack this Lantern, right? Because they've already exiled their Brain Freeze. Well, I guess I still don't want them breaching. So no, I guess like, not dying from breach is not the same as like not letting them rebuy Lelia. That might not be true. Like if they go breach back Lelia, it's still bad for me, right? Mm. All right, I think I'm just gonna leave Force on top and leave everything in play, and then I'll spin another Opal to the top. And then I'll go Opal, Opal. I'll go Opal. I'll make a mana with Opal, Opal, and then Yogg-Will next turn. Yeah, like I think I still lose to a breach for value. So I think I have to keep the Lantern, even though they can't combo kill me. I don't know if that's actually true. That's a thought. It could be true. It's demonic. So here, like, if they had demonic for breach, it'd be bad for me, right? Well, I don't think I want to force the demonic. Well, what are they gonna get? That's a good time slasher. That's a great time slot. Yeah. Nothing happens at Sunday at noon. Wait, what day is it? February something? February 6th? That doesn't sound right. That's a Sunday? Oh, it is a Sunday. Wow, that's really quick. Ah, they went for a Narset. So I assume I'm going to get ruined here by a Pyroblast or a Flusterstorm, but that's fine, I guess. Spin, activate, force with the spin still on the stack. This gets countered, then my Yogg resolves, and I have to try to win through a Narset. That should be doable. Yeah, so I think they had a Fluster the whole time. Oh, no? Huh. I probably will end up cracking this Lantern and maybe go like Opal Opal then. It's been a very interesting game of Magic. Okay, so they're drawing with their top, which makes sense. If they like, I mean, Narset resolving is a big deal. Okay, so yes, Force Pitch. Oh, wow, they still get to hold up something? It's really bad for me if this like finds a Fluster, I guess. So do I want to draw my top? No, I want to draw Mox Mox. Mox Mox. Draw Mox, and then I'm just going to try to win. I don't know if it's going to actually win, but I'm going to try to win. I just like to hope this doesn't find Fluster, I guess. I think Fluster is probably the only thing I don't want to see. I guess I don't want to see Force of Will, and they have another blue card, maybe. I want them to see them, like, pick Sensei's top and replay top. That would be the best outcome. I have, like, a land drop, 2 more Moxen. Yeah, top. Okay. All right, so here we go. All right, so I don't know what we're going to do with this Yawgmoth's Will. I don't know what this is actually going to do, but we're going to try to do something. If we can, like, play a Karn, that would be pretty ideal. So my plan here was Opal. Keep this Opal. Opal. Keep this Opal. Cast Yogg-Will. And I can't Ancestral. I could maybe repeal this in Ancestral. What? Oh, a blind top for a force? Okay, we're in. Okay, so what do we do from here? I have a mana from my land, 2 more mana from this. So I have 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana, 7 mana. Or I could demonic, get extra 1 mana with a Tolarian Academy. I could just go repeal Narset, cast Ancestral Recall. What about Tinker? What if I just go Demonic Tinker? Is that going to be good enough? 15 life, Demonic Tinker. Can I beat a Narset? Demonic Tinker is 5 mana. What about Demonic? I can't do like Mentor Time Walk because I can't draw a card. I can only repeal the Narset if I get more mana though, right? I think Demonic Tinker makes the most sense. Can I do Demonic Tinker without playing a land drop? Demonic, Opal, yeah. I think Demonic Tinker still makes the most sense. Demonic. I guess I could just Demonic Karn. Do I have Lattice? 1, 2, 3. I could go Demonic Karn and try to Lattice lock them. Demonic Karn, play a land, and I can play a Soul Guide Lantern so I can attack the Narset. What do you think about that line? Is that line better than Tinker? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more mana. I could get a Needle on Narset too, but what I can do is I can get rid of their Demonic Tutor or their I get rid of their Black Lotus or something from their yard. I think a Karn might work because I can then play a Lattice on the next turn. And I can kill Narset. Is that better than tinkering a Citadel? It might be. Like, half of my deck is turned off, right? But if I tinker a Citadel, I could just have a Karn on top. I'm just going to get a Tinker. It feels like it can't possibly not be the Tinker. The other line is way cooler, though. I definitely think that's true. Yeah. No, wait, I can vamp for a Time Walk. No, this line is definitely better. I did Brick, but I can vamp for a Time Walk. So... Or I can also use a fetch land from my yard. I think I would rather vamp for a Time Walk and use a fetch land from my yard. Or I could just vamp for Karn. Oh, holy shit. What if we just vamp for Karn? Wait, so yeah, I had deterministically had Citadel and Karn, and I was trying to do just Karn. God, I'm dumb. Well, this is how you learn things, I guess. Vamp for Karn seems good. Vamp for Karn does seem good. Snapcaster. Snapcaster will kill Narset. All right, so now I might actually go Karn for Needle on Narset. And... Yeah. Oh, do I want to play this now? kind of do want to play this now in case I keep hitting Moxen. Like I did. I wonder if I actually wanted to balance their hand away by getting a Tundra off of this. I should definitely have done that, right? I probably should have done that. Disenchant. All right, I don't think I need to go any lower. So I guess I can repeal. No, I can't draw a card. So I'm actually close to repealing Narset. I can't repeal my Mox to balance because of Narset. Oh, I guess I could die to Bolt if I keep my Mana Crypt in play. Or I could just kill my Mana Crypt right now. Oh, I guess I don't need to draw a card. Yeah, I should probably do that. Or I could repeal my Mana Crypt so I don't die to Bolt. Well, I know their top card is top, right? No, they replayed top. No, they drew top. Their top card is top. So unless the Bolt is in their hand, maybe I'll just kill off my Mana Crypt. Cast repeal on Pearl. Pearl. Well, no, I can't die to Bolt because they won't have a Bolt in their hand and they have a top on top. Oh, they have a Narset, though. Maybe I'll just kill off this Mana Crypt anyways. Wait, I can just kill the Narset with the Citadel. No, the Citadel has Summoning Sickness. Never mind. Is there a game 2? Or a game 3? Yeah, I guess there is a game 3. No, I know that their top card is Sensei's Divining Top. So I'm just gonna get a Needle, and I'm gonna Needle Narset. And now I know they're going to draw a Sensei's Top, and if I lose the flip, then I have to kill my Mana Crypt, but if I don't lose the flip, then I can just play a Lattice. Yeah, all right, that worked out pretty well. What a cool game. All right, please don't lose this flip. I won the flip, so now I can just Lattice lock them. All right. I don't have very much time. That was game 2. But we found the right line. Isn't that more exciting than... What a cool game. You have to admit that game was awesome. The game was super sweet. Let's do it again. I don't think I want a Swords to Plowshare still. I think one balance is good enough. It was a really interesting game. Like, that game itself makes up for the last 3 rounds of Magic. So the unfortunate problem is that game is at the end of the video, and everyone who got sick of the shitty Magic in the beginning 3 isn't ever going to see it. But if you made it this far in the video and you're still watching on YouTube, make sure you comment, "Wow, that game was sick," in the comments to let me know that you actually made it all the way there. Oh boy, does this hand not cast Magic the Gathering cards. I mean, I think it's a keep, right? I have a turn 1 card. I should start the video. I can't go back in time unless I do some editing. I could do that. But I'm very lazy, so we'll see what happens. I mean, this card's really good if it resolves. Are they time walking? Okay, no, they're... The rest of this league, we got Hull Breacher. And we, like, lost with... We lost with Tinker Citadel multiple times. It was a rough league, okay? All right, we do need this to resolve or I am going to be in trouble. But if it resolves, it's a good spot. And you can't get Flusterstormed, so... It was a rough league, okay? It was a bit of a rough league. Spin? Spin for a force? I love to see it. I love to see it. You know that's not true, Slasher. Ooh, the Karn resolves. I don't really think there's anything I need to needle. I could needle Scalding Tarn. How many Scalding Tarns are in my deck? I actually have to go play a lot faster. What if I needle Scalding Tarn? No, that puts me in bolt range. I don't like that. All right, murder this, pass. I have a nice dress down to cycle too. Man, look at this Urza Saga doing things through a Null Rod Slasher. Crazy how that works, right? If it was a collector, if it's the exact same, right? I need to play faster. No taunting slasher. Time walk is an interesting one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I will just cast a time walk. It's fine. I don't think I'm gonna plus because I want to try to get a lattice lock here through a lightning bolt. Is this a lightning bolt? Oh, it's a pyroblast. Interesting. So now I think I want to just get a needle on Dak Faden. Oh wait, yeah, needle on Dak Faden. I think it's fine. Okay. Your go. Again, they can't make a Saga token because of my Karn. Because I killed their Mox. So this gets to make 1 mana and then goes away and gets them an artifact that doesn't do anything. I mean, there's definitely still ways we lose this game. I don't know what they are. Like double Bolt or something? Or maybe Dreadhorde Arcanist into Bolt? Needle? Yeah, they could Needle Karn. That's true. Looks like they didn't keep in Needle. I don't think keeping in Needle versus PO is good, so... No, they probably have a Needle, but I don't think you're supposed to keep in Needle versus PO. Especially when you also are a top deck. Is this a Lelia? Shit, Lelia's good here. Lelia is very good here. Okay, we need to hit like that white mana. Saga, did they already play their land drop for this turn? I think they did, right? Beautiful. Oh, this is cast, right? No, it's play. I need to find something that does something here. I'm gonna lose this game. Crazy. Disenchant, Force of Will, Snapcaster range. Okay, none of those do anything. Top. Spin top. Paradoxical outcome is probably the play. Just have to hope it resolves, though. I'm not convinced it's going to. I guess I can just make this a blocker. I mean, the mana base is the same as it always was. I just haven't drawn super well, right? This is summoning 6, so does that mean it probably means I can't tap it, right? Or no, I don't know. Yeah, it must be. I shouldn't be able to tap this, right? Animating Needle as a blocker, I think, is worse than the top. Maybe Needle is better there. Yeah, maybe Needle is better there. They have a Lightning Bolt? I can spin, but I can't draw because of Summoning Sickness. That makes sense. No, I think I shouldn't be able to draw with this. This has to be Lightning Bolt, right? They have Shattering Spree. Okay, well. Karn down. We just have to hope their last cards are not counterspells and our PO works. A Gataxian Probe, yeah. There's no way their last cards are counterspells. There's just no way. Watch them go like Demonic Breach, kill me. I didn't think we would lose this Karn, but Lelia is a good card for sure. Definitely did the thing. The Pyroblast on my Time Walk was like particularly brutal. Ancestral, Merchant Scroll Ancestral, yeah. Okay. They probably have a Pyroblast, I would assume, is why they spreed for 1. I would assume they have a counterspell for my PO. It's my last hope, right? Is just PO for 4 and hope it works. I don't even have a follow-up land that makes blue, so it's possible that just bricks too. Yeah, I can't imagine winning this game from this spot. My opponent is just so far ahead. That's Time Walk. Demonic for Force. Yep. Maybe they'll Demonic for Breach and try to kill me next turn, but I assume this is Demonic for Force and I lose, but not much I really could have done. Actually, I know what my top two of my cup cards are, so. Yeah, I thought about Needling Scalding Tarn, but maybe I should have. I did bring up the line of Needle Scalding Tarn. The Vintage Super is at 6 p.m. Eastern, or 6 p.m. EU. What are you talking about? Maybe I was supposed to Needle. It's possible. I'm dead here, because my next two draws are Soul Ring, Mystic Tutor, so... I can't imagine we can ever win here. So it's like the only decision that I didn't like in this game was maybe not needling Tarn. Karn plussing on Lotus. You like Karn on Lotus? I don't know about that. So I'm gonna go to their upkeep, I guess, and do this. I know this draws me a Mystical Tutor, which doesn't do anything. So hopefully this resolves. Karn plussing Lotus was just going to turn off Lotus. Or wait, which turn? When did they play Lotus? Oh, after the Saga went off? So you're saying instead of saving my Karn with a Sensei's Top? I don't know. That seems really wrong. I think saving my Karn... Oh my god, they had drew Time Walk. Okay, yeah, all right. I think I drew very badly, but... Oh no, I think saving Karn is like way better. Like they have to have a very specific like Shattering Spree. No, I mean they're not even likely to have Shattering Spree. It's more like Lightning Bolt, Abrade is like the typical things they would have. But like you really don't want to keep Lightning Bolt in against me because I don't have things to hit. So like maybe Abrade. Even having a Shattering Spree in your deck is like kind of interesting. I don't typically board in like a lot or many Shattering Sprees when I play against PO. I think Shattering Spree is typically not what you want to be doing against PO unless you have multiple other things like stopping them from doing stuff. I think standing up a thing and blocking Karn was definitely a good play. I don't know. It didn't work out. But again, this game we just never drew a fetch land, right? So, like if we ever resolved Mentor in this game, could we have lost? Doesn't really seem like it's possible that we could have lost this game if we had ever drawn a fetch land. So it just kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it's definitely possible that we were supposed to bring up the Needle instead of the Karn. That wouldn't have changed the game very much though, because we already knew our top 3 cards. We might have been able to see like one deeper, so we maybe, but I can't even see what that card is. We definitely all thought maybe we're supposed to actually Needle, actually send up Needle. That's true. Yeah, maybe I lose on the clock, but I don't really care about losing on the clock in a practice league. Like if you lose on the clock, it's fine. You just need to play faster in the normal situation. But like this turn, we like learned a ton about how to combo through various like issues. So I wasn't horrible. We went 1-4, but like I thought that last match was really awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think my deck was bad, but I do think the cards we drew were bad, which maybe means the deck is bad. I don't know, hard to say. I wasn't really happy with any of our matches besides the first. I like the Breach match. I thought the Breach match was interesting, and then the PO match was fine. But like the whole Breacher matches, I don't even know. Like it's possible that I made misplays, but like I took calculated risks and I got destroyed every time by Time Twister. Which is, it's a restricted card. It's not always going to be the one card that they top deck. So I'm not 100% sure if they were wrong plays or they're just looking back and being, hindsight on them. And then against our root, we definitely could have won game 1 if I had just stuck it out or played a little bit differently. And then game 2, I think it's possible we were supposed to mulligan the game 2 hand against white-black where we had an Ancestral but nothing else. Ancestral doesn't equal, lands and Moxen, so it's possible that it was just a bait hand and I probably should have just put it back. Ancestral doesn't solve those hands every time. In fact, I think it solves those hands less than you want it to do. So, you can't really play Lutri because PO is very important and Force of Will is very important. So, oh yeah. So, well, this was not a great showing for PO. It is a league, so you can't take too much information from the league, but even the deck itself didn't seem super good, so not enthused by this. I liked the idea and the construction of this deck. I think the Karn was like really strong. I thought the Mentor was pretty reasonable. The balance looked good multiple times. And the rest is very stock, so it's not like there's like super crazy changes with the rest of the stuff. So in general, I thought the list looks like it could be good, but it just didn't pan out that way. Again, what was pointed out during chat, where PO is a deck that needs to draw the right cards and needs to draw well, is true. PO is a deck that is very synergy based, and if you don't have all the right pieces, it just doesn't really work. So yeah, it could just be a bad set of variants. Pilot could have played slightly better, kind of thing. But we'll see as the week goes on. That match took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. So I think that will be the end of this stream. If you made it all the way to the end of this YouTube video, you're crazy and you're awesome. And thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.